Hi, and thanks for joining me today. Today we're going to be looking at poses to avoid when you are facilitating a trauma-informed yoga class. We recommend avoiding any postures that put students in vulnerable or exposed positions. Postures like child's pose, cat-cow, thread the needle, puppy pose, standing forward fold, wide-legged standing forward fold, downward facing dog, reclined butterfly, Supta Konasana, happy baby, plow pose. These are the poses that we recommend you avoid. These postures are exposing and they can make students feel vulnerable. Regardless of what type of trauma your students have experienced, feeling vulnerable might activate the memory of the traumatic experience. When we avoid these postures, we are setting our students up for a successful practice, and we can certainly work around them. I've taught entire vinyasa classes that are completely devoid of Surya Namaskara A. If you're in a situation where you need to teach something like Surya Namaskara A, we recommend that you teach it in a circle. If you teach in a circle, nobody sees anyone from behind. Everyone has autonomy. Now, it's important to note that some people don't like to be watched when they're practicing. So if you do decide to teach in a circle, please make sure that all participants are comfortable with it before you begin class. When we teach a public general asana class in a studio, we can implement some of these things by offering modifications. Perhaps you're asking people to take cat-cow. You might say, we're going to move into a tabletop position to take cat-cow. If you feel better taking a seated cat-cow, please do that for yourself. This gives your students autonomy, so they know that they can modify if they feel vulnerable or awkward in a particular pose. This is a great way to teach an all levels class. Another important thing to note is the language that you use. Avoiding calling out specific body parts or using slang to talk about body parts. Avoiding talking about activating or triggering events like summer and its association with bathing suit season. These are things that shouldn't really be in a yoga class anyway, but in a trauma-informed setting, it's even more important. I worked at eating recovery for a long time, and although it was a different kind of trauma, healing from an eating disorder is a traumatic experience. And the inner dialogue that one must process through in order to find compassion and self-love in their physical body can be extremely intense. Our words and our language can activate people in ways that we don't intend to activate them in. And for that reason, it's important to be very careful with the language you use in addition to the postures that you choose. I hope this was helpful. Be well. Namaste.